37 kilometers to go. The yellow jersey says goodbye.
Welcome everyone to the highlights of Stage 5 of the 2022 Race to the Sun. 189 kilometers between Saint-Just-Saint-Rambert and Saint-Sauveur-de-Montagut, and more than 3,400 meters of climbing in total, including 3 Category 1 ascents, making it, on paper, the toughest day of the race. The Col de l'Amour was to provide the toughest challenge, 7.6k at 8.3%. Team Jumbo-Visma have been utterly dominant so far, so they knew what to expect, and the rest knew what they had to do.
You know, we'll see how the race will go, where attacks will go, definitely for us is to do the best with the whole team. In that case, yes, if he can win, he will win. If I can win, I will win.
I mean, we have to try. You know, we came here to try to win, and we'll try that. But of course, it's going to be difficult. They've already shown how strong they are.
Well, it's now or never to seize this best opportunity since the start of the race. Let's see what the day brings.
It will be very, very difficult to beat them. They have a very strong team, strong riders. So we will see. I just race day by day.
10 riders rolled the dice after 10 kilometers and went up the road, leaving the main GC contenders to measure their efforts throughout the day. Having said that, Ruben Fernandez of Cofidis was only 4 minutes 34 down on Wout van Aert's yellow jersey overnight. Movistar's young American, Matteo Jorgensen, so impressive at the Tour de la Provence last month, was also there. The other escapees were Frenchman Laurent Pichon, Valentin Madouas, Anthony Turgis and Franck Bonamour, with Michael Morkov, Ham Vahuka, Owen Dool and the 23-year-old American climber Brandon McNulty.
Yeah, normally it looks like a breakaway day, but yeah, these days you never know how Jumbo will race, especially, and then, I don't know, maybe with the threats of Col de Trini being changed or whatever this weekend, maybe they race full again, so yeah, I think we'll just have to try and see.
We'll try to be in the front. I think the breakaway can get a good distance ahead because of the gaps in the GC. An incredible 18 riders didn't take to the start of this stage, and that left Israel Premier Tech with only Ugo Hull as the last man standing. EF Education Easy Post were down to 3, and Alpecin Phoenix, Bahrain and Bora Hansgrohe had half of their teams gone. With 50k to go, the break had just under 6 minutes, but the Col de l'Amour, or Blackberry Mountain, was looming. The question was, who from these 10 would have the legs to attack? And would those attacks have any effect on the overall? Back in the bunch, Van Aert, Roglič and their yellow henchmen dictated the pace of the chase, keeping a watchful eye for any moves from their would-be rivals. At the foot of the Col de l'Amour, Brandon McNulty chose the steepest slopes of the day to make his move. The American loves this region of the Ardèche, having won 2 weeks ago at the Faun Ardèche Classic on some of the exact same roads and climbs as today. But the big surprise was behind, as the yellow jersey of Wout van Aert was dropped fairly early on the climb. He didn't even fight that hard to get back on. An acceleration in the bunch, but up ahead McNulty's advantage was increasing. As it went over half a minute, the chasers were mobilising behind. Guillaume Martin, Cofidis team leader, went on the offensive, and the reaction was minimal, but it would come to nothing. McNulty crested with a minute's advantage over 3 chasers, Bonamour, Jorgensen and Van Hoorke. He never looked like being caught, and he even extended his lead as the finish line in Saint-Sauveur-de-Montagut was calling. No problems for the American at the intermediate sprint of Saint-Vincent-de-Durfort. UAE have easily been the strongest team of the 2022 season so far, and this was to be their 14th win of the year already. Despite a late attack from Dani Martinez of Ineos, Primož Roglič was going into the overall lead. Meanwhile, 6 minutes up ahead, McNulty was soloing to the line.
The 5th win of his career, but it's an important win. It's his first World Tour victory. Brandon McNulty wins Stage 5 of Paris-Nice.
It's my first World Tour victory, but also in the circumstances, like I've had since the Crosswinds day, I had a crash and just haven't been good. And like I was debating even continuing on or, you know, just resetting. So yeah, to even not consider not even starting today, it's incredible.
A third win of the season for McNulty after the Fornarders and the Trofeo Calvia. That's one in January, one in February, and now one in March. The 23-year-old must be regretting losing over 11 minutes on stage 3. A convincing victory for McNulty, who finished nearly 2 minutes ahead of his chasers Bonamour and Jorgensen. Van Hooker crumbled towards the end. In the general classification, Primož ROGLIČ has taken command, and who would bet against him keeping it all the way to Nice? 2 good days for Simon Yates have taken him up into second, and it's Pierre LATOUR who completes the virtual podium. Wout van Aert is still well in command in the green jersey competition. They say a leopard can't change his spots, but the wearer of the polka dot certainly can change. Valentin Madouas it is for now. In terms of the young riders, it's Matteo Jorgensen who's having a very impressive season. He's wearing white. The longest stage of this year's Paris-Nice is next on the menu. 213 kilometres with plenty of ups and downs, but nothing too testing. The Baroudeurs will be bristling for battle on their bikes as we head to the famous creeks of Cassis, just outside Marseille. À demain.